And Erin's been a director on my team for about 3 years, right, Erin? Coming up on 3 years. And I just have to say, Erin has taught me a lot. She's given me a lot of energy, and she's excited my team, as well as her sister directors. All of them work together. And with all that teamwork that we have going on, we're really rocking it. But the reason why I wanted to focus on Erin today is that I asked her to talk because she has an amazing gift to unite people together. And I think if you really want to go and go far in this company and build a team, it's that ability to get people in your circle and connecting with each other. And Erin does some special things to connect her team members with each other, which is a really smart leadership skill. So I'm going to turn it over to Erin. She's going to just share some things that she does that are very simple but very effective.
Thanks, Nancy. And I'm a little biased, but I think we have the best team ever. So. But I love and Esther, I feel like you segued right into what I really want to talk a little bit today about making connections in this business. And I think that's probably, raise your hand if that was one of the biggest things that got you to come today, like to Sizzle and everything, just to make the connections with people. And you should, really, that was a big thing for me when I came last year. But to a little bit of my story, when I started Pampered Chef, Nancy, I was one of her worst hosts ever. Like ever. And Nancy's been doing this for quite a while, so I don't know if that's an accomplishment, But I did not know what Pampered Chef was. I was doing a bridal shower, and I thought that she was just coming to cater my party. And I was 20-some years old, and I just was like, I want you to do 5 recipes, and I had no idea there were products or anything, and I just want to sit back in the room, get drunk, and have some fun, And so, but a little bit behind that, I really decided that at the same time, I was working full-time. I didn't get to pick my own schedule. I had a 2-year-old. I was also going to school full-time, and I really didn't get to see my son very much. He woke up every day saying, Mom, where are we going next? And I desperately just wanted to be like, we get to stay home. And so I went to another show with Nancy where I wasn't quite so drunk. And I started to listen to her when she was talking about the opportunity, because I'm telling you, at that bridal shower, I don't even think she asked. But so we did. It was bad. But no, so I started listening, and I really realized, well, I don't know how to cook. I don't have any products. I had the stainless steel mixing bowls because that was what my husband was buying that night. And I married a man who could cook on purpose. But I decided that the opportunity might be something. Worst case scenario, I walk out with a kitchen full of products, right? Anyone start this thinking that, maybe I'll find something else in a couple months? And so that was kind of where I started from. But I started going to every meeting that we had because I just had to learn. I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. And so I actually went to everything and started seeing the connections with people. And that this is a social business. This is not just about, you're connecting with your host, you're connecting with your guests, you're connecting with your potential team members. And that was the fun for me. When I started going to my shows, and I told people they had to get involved because the food would not taste good if they didn't, it was not going to work out well, so it had to be about the social aspect for me, and that's kind of where I saw it develop even more. So starting out, some things that I do with my business, and that we kind of do as a team too, is as a brand new, even at a show, I'm starting to create that culture of a team. You're joining a team. It's not recruiting, it's not anything, it's just that culture of when you sign up, you're getting, I always say, when you join our team, you get to pick your coworkers. I'm not your boss, I'm not going to say, but we get to work together and do this together, and you get to pick your hours and have some fun. And so when people are in the room, I feel it definitely gives them that culture of, wow, I'm not just signing up in that one-on-one position. I have that team behind me, that group of people that I'm already going to have a support system in. And so that's just starting from the show and even in the interview. And I love we share all our tips and everything, and one of the things is bringing a friend. I asked them, at the recruit interview or anything, the same thing that Esther was talking about, have you ever thought about bringing a friend to join with you? But even one of our sister directors had shared that ask that friend to come along to the recruit interview as their support system. Hey, do you have a friend that could kind of like sit there with that idea and listen, so it's not just you and me and you think I'm fooling you into anything, right? And then most of the time, right, Elisa, people they both sign up right that day, because both of them are like, wow, she's not a joke, this is actually nice, I might actually like to do this. And they're starting out together. So when you're automatically joining with someone too, I feel like the levels are very important as well. You want someone that's kind of on your side that you can call up, because like Esther was saying about the uplines, sometimes those people are like calling the Pope. I don't know if I want to really touch base with Nancy Francis, the national executive, but my sister girlfriend that just had a show too, I can call her and be like, hey, how are things going? So having people that are starting at your level, and not everyone will sign with somebody else though. So one of the things that I do big time on my team is I try to get them connected right away with the other team members. If they can come to meetings, if they can't. A big place I use that is my team Facebook page, and I find out their why. And we'll post up, hey, I'm so excited to join Julie to our team, and this is why she wants to do the Pampered Chef. She's a single mom, and she's trying to raise money, and so she doesn't have to work a second job. And then I will post in there if I have anyone else on my team that is in that similar situation or had the same why. And it doesn't have to be that they're a single mom or anything like that, but be like, post and welcome Julie and see if that was one of your whys, raising money for your kids or something. So they start connecting with each other. Hey, Julie, that's what I was doing too. That's what I'm working on too, and I've done 3 shows and been able to make some extra cash when we went to Disney or whatever. And everyone starts that culture, that relationship, and building that bond, even within that team. And this is before they're going to a team meeting or anything. But another idea that I really make important, and I love this, when someone is joining our team, I usually ask them, I say, so, are you one of those people that like to learn, what type of learner are you? Are you more visual, auditory, or just that person that likes the hands-on and to see it yourself? What would you guys say? Hands-on, see it yourself. That's what I hear like 99% of the time. I'm like, I've got the perfect thing for you. We have these team meetings. We have these team meetings where you can come and get that hands-on feel and that touch. And so the team meeting doesn't seem like something where everyone's like, oh, great. It's like, no, they just told me they need that, And not only that, but they're coming and they're meeting the team. They're getting connected, And it's one of those things at the very back. They told me that's what they learn best doing. So you need to start coming to the meetings, right? And so that's the best way to get kind of that going, as well as a connection on that level. The very first thing. We also, as a group, we're very fortunate. We do have I have sister directors in my area. But even if it's just you or whatever, there's amazing things called Skype and technology and everything. But if you can do new consultant trainings, that is a huge thing for us too, because not only are they saying, I'm that kind of a learner, we say, look, we have 2 crash courses. Our first training that we do is actually from the start of like getting bookings, filling up your calendar, looking at your calendar, learning how to host coach. So it's everything from the very start of your business right up to the show. So how to get all the way ready to your show. And then we have a second training where it's from your show and on, from your show to the full service checkout. And so they get to kind of learn that, feel that touch. And those are things you can record yourself doing, share that video with your team members. So if you can't quite put another team meeting or something like that, just having them knowing, and we say it's a crash course system, but I will tell you that the people that go to those trainings have qualified in their first 30 days. If they go to both of those trainings or listen, because we try to offer them twice a month, when they have those, they qualify. Because they know, they have that knowledge, like what I was saying, right off the bat, they have that feeling. But not only are they having that feeling of knowledge, they're knowing other new consultants in the area or whoever. There's really good like Zoom chat and iChat, all those things where you can get teams on the internet together. You know? So even if you can't quite do a team meeting, you can also connect people that way. You know, because it's one of those things where you want people to see faces, see other people at their level, and really connect and feel that they're getting that emotion and that person that they can really go on with. When I was starting, I had a lovely assistant director named Blaine. Well, it was before we were directors. And Nancy and Teresa at the time would ask us to help run some of the meeting. And Blaine and I got a little competitive. Anyone else have that person, that sister person, or that person that keeps you responsible? And you get a little competitive about it sometimes, right? I mean, that motivates you. You're looking around. No, John, no way. Yeah, sister or brother. Excuse me. I'm sorry. I know we're not fortunate enough to have brother directors in the area, so not yet. But that is one of those things where you want the connection between people, and you want that a little bit of competitive edge, but also having a person that keeps you accountable for your business, no matter what level you're at. If you're a new consultant, you're a team leader, even as a director. If it wasn't for the people that I've connected with from new consultant trainings or new director academy and things like that, I mean, you learn from those people, but you're also getting that expansiveness where now this year I'm coming and I'm excited not just to see my people, but also meeting the next people around, right? And you give that, and you bring that culture of team building back to people. Because when you have that idea of, I want to join a team, I want to be a part of something, I want sisters and brothers and people that are really a part of my business and want to see me succeed. Because I don't know about you guys, but that is the best thing about Pampered Chef to me, is that it is all about supporting each other and wanting to help each other. I mean, look at the Facebook groups and people that just sit there and share their knowledge. The people that flew out Wednesday night before the conference even started just to share that knowledge to really get that connection between each other. So, so it's really important for you as a person, at least for me too, to find someone at every level, every step of the way that I can connect with. I can feel like we're going through the same steps together, but then you also kind of have your upline where it's not so much like calling the Pope anymore. But making those connections, building those people, that's really kind of one of those things. But I just want to appreciate you guys' time, and thank you so much.